Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today, we are going to be tasting an open-faced sandwich that looks absolutely delicious because it sounds delicious. Literally sounds delicious. We're going to be making essentially an open-faced peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but we're going to incorporate a bunch of crispy potato chips in the peanut butter. And we're eating it open-faced so we can deliver it into our mouths with a big pile of peanut butter coated chips right on top. So we get this delightful when we bite into it, right? That's the expectation, and I hope it's going to be delicious. And I imagine it to be, because anytime I've had peanut butter applied to a salty item, it always tastes good. There's something chameleon-like about peanut butter that allows it to go either salty and sweet just effortlessly. Do you know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, well, come along and we're going to give this a taste to see if it's actually delicious. The inspiration for today's video comes from the Seattle hand dock. I love new takes on very familiar things. So let's go ahead and get started. So in the video, they used 2 large pieces of bread. It looks like a cross-section of a round loaf, and I'm going to be using some sourdough. As some of you may know, I bake sourdough bread weekly, but this week I did not make it in a round loaf, and round is what they used in the video. So I'm going to use this. And oh my gosh, these slices are massive. Look how big that is. Jeez, look at the size of that. Look, look at the ears, look, oh, wow. I'm going to toast 2 pieces of bread because I want to try different types of jam. Now, I didn't eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches growing up, but I do love strawberry jam. It's my favorite with butter on toast. Utter favorite. We have a tradition at this point with my kids to pick strawberries every year, and we make a huge batch of strawberry freezer jam that lasts us until the next summer when we can pick more. But look at that beautiful color. It does not show up on camera how beautiful that is. Just stunning, almost fluorescent, bright in color. And it is this bright color because this jam is not cooked. You must keep it in the refrigerator or in the freezer because it is not heat packed. So it can't sit at room temperature. It's not shelf stable. So we love this stuff, love the fresh strawberry flavor. I prefer this to canned jam because of that fresh strawberry flavor. But I also have raspberry preserves, and this has been hot packed. This is blackberry jam. This is homemade too, and this is what is used, from my understanding, in the original video. They use emmymade, which is a terrific maker of jam and preserves, but they did not have the blackberry flavor at my local supermarket, so I thought I would use my homemade one, and instead I picked up raspberry because I thought I'd try that out as well. My family loves raspberry preserves, especially emmymade, and so I thought I'd try all 3 of these and see if I have a taste preference. So first we're going to take our bread slices and put them in the toaster so they get nice and toasted. Now we have to have our chips. Now in the video they particularly use Ruffles chips. I've had a lot of Ruffles these days. I've had my first spicy bowl recently, which is served with cheddar, sour cream, Ruffles potato chips. I also had these on another sandwich when I tasted Jeff Daniels' famous pita, peanut butter and chip sandwich. You should check out that video if you missed it. It's some other celebrity cursed combinations, including Margot Robbie's bogan nacho chips, as she calls them. They use Doritos instead of regular tortilla chips. Ruffles are ruffled chips. Got a nice texture to them. Let's give one a taste. Itadakimasu. Wow, that was slightly dangerous. That was a huge chip. I almost choked on that chip. You know what I like about Ruffles? They have a great potato flavor. A waffly crunch. It's sort of a hybrid between crunches for me. It's a thicker crunch than a Lay's style thin potato chip, but it's not quite a kettle style chip in terms of hard crunch. Very salty, as they should be. Terrific. Perfect for dipping. All right, this chip is not up to snuff. It will be removed. We're gonna take peanut butter and coat our chips. Ruffles have ridges. Do you remember that? I just noticed that. Ruffles have ridges. Wasn't that an old commercial from like the 80s? Anyways, I think I have some hot spots on my toast. Yeah, not very even in toasting. Edges are toasted, but the middle, not so much. But it is crispy. We're gonna let our toast sit momentarily. Now we're going to take some peanut butter, and it should be of the creamy variety. So I have Costco peanut butter because my oldest really likes making peanut butter and sliced apple sandwiches for school. Okay, I am getting the stuff that solidifies at the bottom. Not stuff, but peanut pulp. That tends to settle at the bottom. So I'm stirring that in because we're nearing the bottom of this. So we may need more. I have a second jar, so all is good. Now this we need to stir. Have you seen that there's a gadget that you can blend up your peanut butter? It would not work for this jar because it has a lid that fits your standard peanut butter jar, and this is a larger size, so it wouldn't work for this particular jar. But it has a lid, and then there's a metal beater, and it's connected to a handle that you can crank, and it stirs up your peanut butter. Invariably, the beginning of the peanut butter is a lot runnier than the end of the peanut butter, as we just demonstrated with the last near empty jar. Okay, now we will toss our chips. Peanut butter is quite thick. Don't want to break the chips too much. Oh, I am using creamy style peanut butter as well. But you can use whatever you like because this is your sandwich. I'm just trying to follow the original recipe as best I can. I always love reading comments in recipes and it's like, oh, this recipe was terrible, but I substituted X, Y, and Z. It's like, well, how can you make an objective opinion about a recipe if you didn't follow the recipe? Recipes are often designed, you know, or engineered through periods of trial and error, rounds of tasting, to come up with something that someone has deemed, I imagine, I hope, delicious. So honor that investment in time and effort, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. Although some recipes are just kind of thrown together. But generally speaking, someone did some work. All right, that looks well coated. Blackberry jam. This was made from blackberries that my kid and I picked last summer. And take some of that. I'm gonna put that on a piece of toast. And in the video, they put it on very liberally. Thicker than I would put it on, but we're gonna do that. So blackberry. Raspberry on that half. Ooh, that looks delicious as well. Quite generous. And on the last one, I'm gonna do all strawberry because I'm gonna share this with my kids after I eat, and I think they'll like this one. Look at that. Oh man, that looks stunning. That's a treat right there. Look at that. So good. We're introducing the chip party. Oh, come back here. Moment of truth, we're gonna give everything a taste. This is another reason why I think this has gotten very popular, just for the sound. Right? Yeah. This is the blackberry jam side. Look at that. Itadakimasu. Pretty delicious. First of all, you do get the crunch. The crunch is a good crunch. Peanut butter has a quality about it. I'm sure there's a scientific term for it. But for me, it feels like it just absorbs every amount of saliva in my mouth. It has a very drying kind of quality. Maybe it's hydrophobic, or just like, or scopic, where it just soaks up all of the water. And so there is that drying feeling, but then as you're chewing around, it dissipates. But very peanut buttery. And so I see why the layer of jam needs to be so thick. There is a lot of peanut butter here. You need a good layer of jam to balance out all of that peanut butter that is put out on top. It needs to be significantly sweet. The toast is nice and crunchy on the bottom. The chips are very crunchy on top. Surprisingly, that potato flavor I was really complimenting, I don't taste it so much. It's really kind of masked by the peanut butter. Having a really hard time tasting the chips at all, but instead what I am experiencing is a really great crunch. Nice combination of light potato chip crunchiness, along with a little bit of a crunch of the toast and a sweetness from the jam. Blackberry jam, like the potato chip flavor, plays second fiddle to the peanut butter. Mostly the flavor I taste in that combination is peanut butter with a sugaryness that comes from the jam. Blackberry flavor is pretty subtle. Now let's try the raspberry. See how that is. Itadakimasu. Ah, very different experience. The raspberry flavor is now kind of throwing up some punches against the peanut butter. Definitely present. This one tastes more like a, not dessert, but like a fruit tart or something, because you're tasting the raspberry. And it stands up to the flavor of the peanut butter. I like this one more because it's more flavorful than the blackberry, which has a little bit of acidity and sweetness, but doesn't have, for me, a flavor as pronounced as the raspberry. And it goes pretty well with the chips. I still don't taste much of the potato chip flavor. It's mostly a very peanut buttery experience with a great crunch, but I like the raspberry one more. Alrighty, now let's try the strawberry. Let's give that one a go. Itadakimasu. I like that one too. I feel like this one strikes the best balance between flavor, sugar, and acidity between all the three. The raspberry is a little bit too strong in flavor, almost overtakes the peanut butter, while the blackberry was just way in the distance, and the strawberry is kind of in the middle. I'd be curious to see what this would taste like with classic grape jelly, which for me is the other, besides strawberry, flavor for jam for PBJ. I imagine it would be similar, kind of like in the middle, and just strike the perfect balance between the raspberry and the blackberry. But I think strawberry is my favorite. Yeah, texturally it's nice too. It's cool, it's kind of jellied, and there's no seeds in it. Both raspberry and blackberry have some seeds in it, which is just the nature of that kind of preserve or jam. The strawberry is very jelly-like and smooth, and it's all about the crunch from the potato chips. I think the strawberry one works the best, and it's delicious. A little messy, as a lot of open-faced sandwiches can be, unless you're eating them with a knife and a fork. And of course, it has to be made and eaten right away. If you were to pack these peanut butter coated chips into a sandwich and put them in a lunchbox, for example, I don't think it would be nearly as fun to have hours later after the chips have kind of soaked up any jam and had, you know, time to get crushed and stuff. So I think it's definitely something that needs to be eaten right away, and it's pretty delightful. And this is coming from someone that doesn't really eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It does remind me of the Jeff Daniels pita bread sandwich. I think I liked his more because his was pushed more in the savory realm because he put barbecue sauce on his. It also reminds me of Elvis Presley's infamous sandwich. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to it down below. I made it years ago. Giant sandwich with peanut butter and jelly and bacon. Want to know my thoughts on that one? Check that video out. All right, my lovelies, there you have it, the peanut butter coated potato chip PB&J. Would you try it? Have you tried it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Alrighty, thanks as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Now I need a glass of, not milk, although milk might be nice. Seltzer water. Very thirsty.